Masechta Bava basra daf kuf nun zayin amar aleph. We're starting from the Mishnah, the 8th line from the top. Zog the Mishnah, Nafal habayis alav al aviv. If a house fell on not only on the father but on the son who was supposed to yashin the father, oy alav al meirisha, or the house had fallen on the person who was supposed to yashin, together with the one that was supposed to bequeath to him, with the meirish. Now we're not talking about a father; it's somebody who was closest to this person. So he was supposed to inherit that person. The house fell on both of them, on the meirish and the one that was supposed to be Yiddish. And this, let's say the two people were Reuben and Yaakov. Reuben was the son, Yaakov was the father. The house fell on Reuben, the son, and on Yaakov. And now there was a lien on Reuben from the Ksuba or from a Balchev. What happens now? The Yorshim of the father say, hey, the son died first and he's not a Yiddish. The father was still living when he died. Only afterwards the father died. So he tells the Yorshim, the other brother, say, "Gay, that you can't. There's no lien. Reuben he's not the Yiddish. You can't take nothing from Reuben because the Reuben never inherited because Reuben died first before the father." But the Balachayv say, "No, the father died first, and only afterwards did the son die." So the son is a Yiddish. We want our money. We want to collect our money. The Ksuba, the Isha wants the lien. Huh?
You said there's other brothers.
Yeah, his chelik we're talking about. Okay, Beshami says Yachleiku that the Yosha of the father divide with the Balchai. Why? So here the Rashbam says that even though the Yosha Ava Vade Yoshim, that's considered as real inheritors, and the Balchev or the Isha who has the Ksuba are not inheritors. They're only a suffix if the Nechasim are Meshubah to them. So there's a din ain't suffix Meitzah B'nei Vadai. Nevertheless, Beishamai says divided. Why? Because it's considered as ashtar ha'oimet ligvais, a star that's standing to be collected, and a star that's standing to be collected is kigavu dami. It's as if it was collected. So since it's Kegavi Dami, so the Balchev is considered as a Muchsik in the Nechasim Shabbatim, just like the Yarshim. So they're both Vadai, or they're both Safik. Beisila in the Nechasim Chaskasa. Beisila argues. Beisila says that we put it back in the Chazak of the Yarshim. They're Muchsakim also, the Balchev and Ksuba Yishashtar. Aymed Ligveis is Kegavi Dami, says the Rashbam. According to Beisila says, Aymed Ligveis. He doesn't consider him as a muhsik, as if it's collected. It's not collected, so even though it's in the league base.
So who's it go to?
Huh?
So
it goes back to the Yashim. They're all the muhzakim. And if he wants to prove something, if he wants to take the lien, the money, the shtachay wants to take, Bachay wants to collect the money, because they're muhzakim. How's the
Balchoy? He has a star?
He has a star.
So
But star Oimet Liglis is not Kigobi Domi. He still has to go and collect. There's another step. We don't say as if he has in the kaka. We don't say that according to Mesilah.
What does he do to collect?
What does he have? He has to prove that.
He has to prove the star?
The star, everything. And then
He has a star though.
yeah, but he has to prove the star. It's not the steps. Since there are steps, it doesn't make him a muhsik in the kaka. Since there's still steps to go before you collect, it doesn't make him a muhsik in the kaka. So the end
result is going to be the same, no?
No, it's not. Because then he's only considered as a suffix. And the Yarshim are considered as a Vabdai.
Yeah, but he's going to prove his star. He's not going to
That's
prove
later.
His
So when he proves the
he
star,
doesn't get it right away. He has
since he had to go through the steps, these formalities, so he wasn't as a mulsik as they were from the beginning. They were the first
What's going to be
mulzakim.
the difference in the din?
Because they were mulzakim from before. He becomes Ashta Mulsik if he takes goes through all the formalities.
So it's just a matter of him
So
going
we
through
say,
the
if you
motion.
say Gabui, it's as if he collected. So he's an equal Mulsik with the other ones. But if you say no, there's more formalities, so he's not a Mulsik like the other ones. The other ones are
But the end
Mulsakim.
result is going to be the same.
The end result, no, because they became now Mulsakim from before him. Because he still has to go through formalities. You're right, at the end he becomes...
So he can't collect
He
on the
can't,
star?
no, Hametz Mechaved Al-Arai. If he was equally a Mulsik at the same time, then you're right. But he became a Mulsik Esther later if he goes through the form.
what kind of raya that he has a
That who died first? Did Reuven die? Did the son die first? Did the father die first? If the father died first, then he's a Yerush. If the son died first, he doesn't get nothing.
Oh, so he can't collect.
You can't collect on that. So we learned in the Mishnah. Somebody who lends his friend with a star, he can collect his nechasim and nechasim shabadim from the karka that the Levi had sold to others. If the Malva has a star, he can collect from them. But what if he lends money through Eidim without a star? He can only collect from those properties that he has now. Not that if he sold it to buyers, he cannot collect because he's considered as he cannot collect from the Shabbat because he only has Eidim. He doesn't have a star. But Shmuel asked the question: if the Levi wrote in the star explicitly that I'm being Meshabbat to you, he tells the Malva, I'm being Meshabbat to you, the Ikni, even the Chasam that I'm going to buy in the future. Vikana and Hitaka bought. Mal, what's going to be the din? Are those karka that he's going to buy in the future that he bought, are those karka Meshubah to him if he goes out and sells them? Oh, wait, you're jumping. Very good. According to Ameya, who says a person could be makna something that's not in this world. So at the time of the Halba, he was makna, even though Ameya says it's a kinyan. And like the for sure, the shibud is done. Okay, there's no suffix. According to who is the shaila? Leave the Rabbanan. The Amri ain't other makna that they say a person cannot be makna something that didn't enter this world. Where do we see the machlekes between Rabbi and the Chacham? Where somebody was mekadosh eishes ish, he's married. He told this woman, "I'm being mekadosh," but she was married. She said, "But the chidushim should only be chal if your husband dies." So there, Rabbi says the chidushim is chal. The Chacham say not, or he's mekadosh his wife's sister. He says that the kedushin should be after his wife dies. Yeah. Here's a better one. He's mekadosh his wife's sister. He's married to his wife. Says after she dies that the kedushin should be chal with you. It's a kinyan. You hear? Or with a goya. Yeah. No, the goyas too. Even the kedushin is not teifis now. Yeah, but there's two chiyuvim over here. Oh, 1 minute. He's not davening. Maybe yes, he's not davening. I think so. Yeah, we had every night 2 minyan.
What's his name?
Huh?
The guy from the fish store.
Yeah, Levita, but he's not davening tonight. He's finished.
Yes, a Levita davens
here, and he'll daven in the back. Okay, so he says over here, the last case I was going to tell you with one was a Mekadisha woman. Okay, and the woman is not yet Jewish, so a goya. But after she's a goya, so the kedushin should be chal. According to me, it's good, even though right now she's not. The kedushin is not teifus. Okay, but according to
when I win the lottery, I'm going to be a millionaire. So I'm a millionaire today.
Okay, let's move on. I hear you. So I'm going to have Yisrael said, Tashma, come in here, and I'll answer you this question. So he brings them in Masechta Ksubis. He brings a case with a malva that pulled out a star chayiv on his friend, and the Levi says, "What are you talking about? You pulled out a star chayiv on me? Look at this star. You wrote, I have another star that you sold me a piece of land." Adman was an Atana in the Mishnah. He said the Levi could say, if I really owed you the money, you should have just taken the money from me. Why'd you sell me the field? So you shouldn't have sold me the field when you needed the money. You should have just collected the money from me. If I owed you the money, is that raya that I paid you back, or is that raya the shtar's mezuif? That's what Adman said. The Chacham say no. There's no proof that the chayiv was paid back with the shtar's mezuif. This malva was he was a smart man that he sold him the karka. Till now he's hiding the money. He keeps on saying I don't have it, right? But when he offered him a beautiful deal with a sada, the money started to come out. So now he has karka. Now he has a shiva. He has a guarantee. He can go to him.
Not a sale, just a
No, the sale is a sale. But look what happens. We say that he's able to.
Only the reason he did the sale so the guy should take the money out of his pocket.
Yeah,
right?
and buy the karka. Now he has a guarantee against the loan that he owes him. Okay, so now he can collect from the Levi. So there's no proof from this that he sold him the karka. The Malva.
But who went and bought from who? The Malva?
The Levi bought from the Malva. The Malva offered him a piece of land. So the Gemara said, Adnan said, oh, he offered him a piece of land to sell. Why would he offer him if he still owes him money? He should have taken the money first. Is that ayah that he paid him back already, or it's a false start?
The sale is a sale.
Huh?
The sale is a
The
sale.
sale, yeah. But he's saying it's a raya that he paid back the chayv. He would have never sold him anything. Chum is saying no, Dafke he sold him because he couldn't catch him with money. And when he offered him a sale of karka, which was a deal, he went ahead and bought it. He did it smart. Now he has a guarantee where he can collect his money from. So you have a raya from here. What do you have a raya? When did he buy the karka? After the zman of the loan. So that was at the time of the loan, the karka wasn't sold yet. And you say the Malva has a guarantee he can collect from that karka. So you see, even for the future that he's going to buy in the future is a shibud. Says the Gemara, so what does
the Malva do? He goes back after he
he sells it to him and he waits.
Then he tells him, you owe me money, right?
Yes.
So somebody can't keep the karka.
I'm going to grab the karka. It's a lien. Maybe the date is not yet due till another 10 more days.
Right. So what happens is, I got paid already for the karka.
I didn't get paid. I got paid for the karka, but so what? Now you owe me a different chayv. You owe me a loan.
Yeah, so
I'm going to grab the karka.
But I grabbed the karka already because I bought it.
No, I didn't get. No, the Levi bought it.
The Levi, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So the Levi has another chayv with the Malva. The Malva
takes back to the karka.
Right. I'm a lay. So you see, even though he didn't have the karka at the time of the halva, the Malva can go ahead and take it. So you see, even for the future, even though it's not here in the world at the time when the halva happened, I'm a lay. I mean, they comment. If you bring a raya from the Levi himself. Hey, if you're talking about the Levi itself, forget about it. He doesn't have to have karka at the time of halva. Whatever he has at the time that he could go and collect his chayv back, whatever's in his rishus, he's allowed to grab. You have no raya that you could be kind of karka that wasn't there b'shas halva. That is a shibud. That's not a shibud. That's not a shibud.
But now he has the karka.
He has the karka in his rishus. It wasn't sold to like Keep coming by when we asked the shaila that if he writes in the star any karka that'll buy in the future that's not at the time of the loan should be mishubah to him. What kind of shibud are we talking about? The ikni, right? He writes the ikni that kona he buys a karka umacha and he sold it to the lekuchis, and after he sold the lekuchis, that's where the shaila is if he has a shibud on the karka, but to take it away from the lekuchis. Or the ikni, he says the word the ikni, kana, he bought a karka.
What did he first say? The ikni?
He wrote in the star the ikni that I will buy in the future. Then kana, and he bought it. Umach, and he sold it. So now from the lekuchis, that's that he can collect on the lekuchis. That would be a proof that there's a shibud even on karka that wasn't at the time of the halva.
Okay.
And or the ikni, he says whatever I'm going to buy in the future. Kana, he bought a karka. Umayrish, and he bequeathed it to one of his children. So what's the thing? If the shibud will be chal, that they can take away from the children, even though that karka wasn't there at the time of the halva. Says the Gemara, I'll bring your answer. I'll bring your answer from our Mishnah. Tashma, come in here, I'll answer from our Mishnah. If the house fell on him, on the son, on Reuven the son, and on Yaakov the father, or it fell on Reuven, and on his brother or uncle who he was closest to inherit from, they both died. It's just another example. But he died from somewhere else. They died from the house, the same case. Yeah, that's a second case similar to the first case.
So what do you have to tell it?
Okay, so that he brings down the Mepharshim why he brought it down. But right now, he says very almost identical. That's why all the Mepharshim ask on it. And now, against Reuben, the son, we'll use the first case. Reuben and Yaakov, his father, died in the same house. It fell on both of them. We don't know who died first. But Reuben has a ksuba, a lien on him from a ksuba or from a chayv, a bal chayv. Says the Gemara, the son, there's a lien on him. Yeah. From a ksuba or from a chayv. He doesn't have the money, but now he's an inheritor. No, we're not sure. So Yosha the other Yoshim say, no, Habein Meis Rishain, the son died first, and only afterwards the father died. So if the Ben died first, then there's nowhere to collect from. But the Balachim say, the father died first. And if the father died first, so they have a lien on the son. The son inherited, so they have a lien on his karka. So as if you say that a star that's written that I'm being mishabed to you, even the karkos that I'm going to buy in the future. So then Kono, he bought it, Umachan, he sold it. So the Ikni, or he wrote the Ikni that whatever I'm going to buy in the future, Kono, he bought it, and he bequeathed it. Lo mishtabed. So if you say it's not mishubed, right? It's not going to be a shibud, even though he wrote the Ikni, even though he wrote, I'm being mishabed to you all the future kakoyes. Even though the father died first, the iknihu, but it's considered it's in the gather of a future karka that didn't happen at the time of the loan, because the Balchei Shtar happened before the father passed away, and he bequeathed it to his son Reuven. So when Reuven got it, that karka is considered a future karka, not at the a karka that was at the time of the loan. You understand? So
the father died first. So what happens with the karka?
The karka goes to Reuven, but the karka that went to Reuven wasn't the karka that he had from before at the time when he borrowed the money from the Malva.
Who did have?
The Reuven. Reuven the son just inherited, let's say. So he just inherited now, but the halva happened 2 years ago, let's say.
Yeah, okay.
So this karka that he got is a future thing. It's not the karka that he had at the time of the loan.
Okay.
So how do you say he's going to be, the Balchid could collect from that karka? Is that from his son? Is that right? Because when in the star was written the ikni, that I'm going to buy in the future, I'm going to inherit in the future, and that's why he's able to collect. Is that raya? We have a raya from here. Even when he writes the ikna for the future, it is a kinyan. So Rav Nachman said, you have no raya from here. Ze'era chavnin tigema. Ze'era, Rabbi Ze'era, our friend, explained that Mishnah. The reason why, if the father died first, the Yarshim have to pay the karka, it's not because the ikni on the future there's a shibran, because mitzvah you say there's a separate mitzvah. It's a mitzvah you say to pay up the chayv of the father. There shouldn't be a laz, a busha. It's mitzvah kibbud abeim. The whole thing. It's a mitzvah. Mishum mitzvah kibbud abeim, that they shouldn't put a laz on their father that he didn't pay up his chayvus, right? But it's not because that there's a shibud. You have no right because there's a shibud.
So can they negotiate a better deal?
Everything can be negotiated.
They say, look,
you speak to Trump, he's the art of negotiations. Okay. Maskala Avashi.
The art of the deal.
Art of the deal, I hear you. Okay. Maskala Avashi asked the question, Milva Pehu? How could you consider this even a Milva star? This is a Milva Peh, future Kakois. There's no shibud, it's nothing. Lagavi this kaka is a Milva Peh. But Abu Shmuel, I'm Tavai, Milva Peh, and again, let me know, yes, my cookies.
That's not a mitzvah.
It's not a mitzvah, there's nothing, there's zero. So, how could you say because of the mitzvah there was no mitzvah?
Maybe it's no chiyuv, but it could still be a mitzvah.
There's no mitzvah either, he says, only if there's a shtar with a shiva. Says, you want to money. Only who's this Mishnah following? You have Meir. That a person could be Meshab Nechasim that didn't enter yet the Shus of the B'Shas Haba. He says, according to Meir, it's a kinyan. Only according to Chacham we have a problem, but this Mishnah is going according to Rab Meir. Oh, this is yours. Amar Rav Yaakov, Menahar Pkoid. Rav Yaakov from the river of Pkoid said, Mishmei Ravina, in the name of Ravina. Tashma, come in here.
Why do we have to know from where he is?
Okay, because there's many Rav Yaakovs, you have to know which one it is. So he said in the name of Ravina, Toshma, come in here, and I'll answer you from a different Mishnah. Mesachta Shvius. It says, Shitrei Choiv Hamugdamim Psulim. Any shtar choiv that has an earlier date of when the actual hava happened is going to be puzzle. Meaning that what's the problem? Because officially the Balchayv can only collect from those karkois that were at the time of the chayv, not from the karkois that were sold before the time of the chayv. So therefore it's possible. Any star, let's say the hava happened in Nisan, and they wrote Tishrei later, a couple of months later, right? The date, then we say Ksherim, because the Malva agreed that he and the Levi agreed. I'm sorry, the Malva agreed to have only a shibud from Tishrei. That's fine. Thank you.
But actually, did Lulav happen earlier?
Much earlier, 6 months earlier. No, he's saying if that's it was a shtam elucha. It's later. The Zman was written at a much later time than the actual law. In fact, he's if you just say when he says I'm being marked in the future kakais kana, if he bought umach and he sold, or the ikni, he said I'm the future kakais, I should be part of the shibud kana, and he bought b'hidish and he bequeathed loy mistabed. If you're going to say it's not a shibud, why should Mulchan be kosher? The ikniu. He says it's possible that the loiva, right? The loiva bought nechasim after the actual halva. Let's talk about the actual halva. The actual halva happened in Nisan, right? But if he bought nechasim after the actual halva, right? There shouldn't be a shibud there.
It didn't exist at the time.
It didn't exist at the time alone. And you say, oh, Shtam Mulchan, oh, he's doing a favor for the Malva. But it's not. Because now the Malva is going to be able to collect from those fields that he has in his possession in Tishrei. In Tishrei, he's going to collect, you're right. We're going to go according to Tishrei, but from which karkois? From the karkois he bought it from after the loan. That should be us, it should be possible. And you said it's good, it's kosher. Is Araya Ikni helps, the future karkois helps. Zog the Hamani, no, you're right. Hamani, no, that Mishnah is Abeya, the universal answer we're giving for everybody, the cookie cutter. It's go follows Abeya. The Amma other Makna Dam Shloi Balayla. It's talking about that Mishnah is going according to Ameya, who says a person can be Makna, something that never entered this world. Amar Abnashashia, Mishmei the Rabbi. Abnashashia said in the name of Rava, he says, I'll bring you a raya from here. When he says the Ikni, it's a shibud even for the future. Kakois that he's going to buy in the future. Where? So he brings you Tashma from this Braisa that it says in Mesachta Gittin here that okay, he's going to bring you the case. I see he brings it down right after Lishvach Kakois. Somebody there's a malva and there's a leiva. The malva lent the leiva money, and the leiva had Kakois, and that was the shibud to the malva. And the malva comes, he wants to collect from the leiva, but the leiva, let's say the malva is a Ruvain, Shimon is the leiva, Shimon has to pay back, and malva comes to leiva, but the leiva had kakois at the time, when Shimon borrowed from Ruvain, Shimon had kakois, and he went ahead and he sold it to Levi. So Ruvain now comes to Shimon, and he wants to collect. Shimon says, I have nothing. So he has to go to Levi. Levi also put in, besides paying $10,000 for the karka, he put in $10,000 to be Meshabeir the field. He put in $10,000. So Ketzad, he brings you the case. There was one person who sold, he sold karka to his chava, right? And let's say Shimon sold the karka to Levi, and Levi was mashbiach the karka, right? And now the Balchev comes to collect from Levi. Utraf, and he takes away the whole field with the Shvachim.
We had this Gemara before.
Yes. Kishu Geva. Now, Levi has to get back his money, right? Levi goes back to Shimon. He says, Shimon, you sold me a karka, but Reuven took it away from me. So, Geva Sakenim in the Chas Mishabadim. So, let's say Shimon had another karka at the time that he sold him the karka, and he sold two, right? So Levi can go for his principal money, the $10,000 that he paid for the karka, to Yehuda, to the second guy who he sold the field, that shibud, right? But Vesashvach, with the extra $10,000 that he put in to be Meshabeir the karka, is Menachas Neichayim. He can only take from what Shimon has right now in his issues, no more. Right. So, if you say that I'm going to be, whatever I'm going to buy in the future should be Meshubah to you, and he went ahead and he bought and he sold, or the Ikni, he said the Lashon, whatever I'm going to buy in the future should be Meshubah to you. Kone, he bought it by Hidish and he was Maidish.
But here we're talking about he had this field even from before.
Who? Shimon.
Yeah, the field that, in other words, Levi bought this field, right?
Levi bought the field from Shimon a field that he had at the time when he borrowed from Reuben. Okay? So what happened? If you're going to say it's not a shibud, Balchev, we said the first Balchev came, what happened? He grabbed everything from Levi, not just the karka, the shvach too. And if you're going to say, any future field that he buys is not meshubit, right? How is he allowed to take the shvach? The shvach that he put in is considered is equal to a new field.
Considered like he bought it.
It's considered like a new field. So how is he able to be kainah? Now Zaraya, that when you say the ikne, you could be kainah even the future fields that he's going to buy in the future. So if you want to know, you have no raya from here. Hamani, we're going to go back to the universal answer. Who is this Tana following? Rab Meir. It follows Rab Meir. The Oma Ada Makna Dav Shloi Bala'ilam. That mission is talking about, according to Rab Meir, who says a person could be makna something that's not in this world. Okay? Now the Gemara is going to ask a new shayla. So we didn't answer it so far. If he says in the star, he writes in the star that I'm being makna all the fields that I'm going to buy in the future, we haven't proven according to the Rabbanan. We haven't proven according to the Rabbanan if the shiva takes place or not. Because maybe it does, maybe not. But we said all these mishnahs are only following Rab Meir, or holds other makna davar shloi b'leil. Says Gemara nu shayla. Imtim tzalema de ikne. If you're going to say about the suffix of Shmuel, where he writes in the star, whatever I'm going to buy in the future should be meshubit. Kana, and he went ahead umacha. He bought a field and then he sold it. Or he says he writes the ikne, any future field that I'm going to buy, and the kana he bought should be meshubit to you. Kana, and he bought the hadish. And he bequeathed it. Let me stop it. If you're going to say it's not mishtabit, so then the din is pashut. Let me stop it. So there's no suffix. But in tim tzalem mishtab, what?
That's not according to Rab Meir,
Right. We're talking about according to Rabbanan. But in tim tzalem mishtabit. But if you're going to say it is meshubit according to the Rabbanan, it is a shibud. So I'm going to ask you another question. How about lava v'lava? Reuven borrowed from Shimon, and he promised that any future karka that I'll buy should be meshubit to you. And then Reuben went ahead and borrowed again another $1,000 from Levi, and he tells him the same story. Any future karka that I'll buy should be meshubit to you. And then after the 2 alvas, he went ahead and he bought a piece of karka. Mao, what's the din? Who gets it?
Who has a right?
Who has a shibud?
Well, the first guy that he promised, no.
Well, but the first guy that he promised, he didn't have yet a karka at that time that it was chalam.
What about the second guy?
The second guy either. They both simultaneously got a shibud on the karka.
That didn't exist yet.
That didn't exist yet. Only after he bought it, they both got a shibud. So the shaila is like this.
Who gets it?
Who gets it?
Yachleiko, no.
Oh, very good. You're jumping around. Hey.
I know.
So he says like this. What's the shaila? The two sides. One shaila is, hey, he was the first one, so he should have the first shibud, like you just originally said. Or we should say, no, maybe he retracted from the first one because it was never chol, and he decided I'm going to give the shibud the shibud to the second guy. Total.
So we go to that extreme.
We can go to two extremes.
Or we can go in the middle.
Wait, this question I asked. Where did I ask? I asked in Eretz Yisrael, v'sholch mitam, and they sent us from there, meaning from Eretz Yisrael, an answer that Rishon Kaina, the first one, he was the first one, he has the first rights. Rav Huna Amar,
because he promised him the first time.
So he goes to him first. Rav Huna Amar Yachleiko. Rav Huna says, no, you divide it. And why do you divide it? Because they both got it simultaneously. The
field came into
existence, and the shibud, they both got it together at the same time. So so did Rab Baravu say you divide it. Ravina said, the first time that Rabashi went through all Shas, Amalani Paskin, then the first time after he finished Shas, Rishon Kaina. The first one should be Kaina. Then Madura Basa, when he went over the Shas a second time, Madura Basa Rabashi, after Rabashi went through the whole Shas a second time, Amalani Yachleika. So you divide it. The halacha is that you divide it. So
why did he change? What's his thinking?
Because like you thought, it came in simultaneously. They both equally got into the karka into the shibud at the same
karka
time.
came into
The
existence
shibud
way
came in the same,
when they were being promised.
equally. Yeah, it was chal in the same time for both of them. Meisvei, in fact, Yimar Akasha lishvach kakois ketzad. When we speak about the shvach kakois, what's the case? He says Harei Shamach Zad Lechavei. Reuben sold a field to Shimon, right? V'hishbicha, and Shimon had fabesed the karka for another $1,000. He bought it for $1,000, and he put in money $1,000. Uba Balchayv, and the Balchayv of Reuben came, Utrafa, and took it away from Shimon. Kishu gave her Shimon sold it. Reuben sold it to Shimon, and the Balchayv, we'll call him Levi. They took it away from Shimon, right? So Shimon goes back to Reuven. Okay, Shimon goes back to Reuven. Kishu Geiba. So now, when Shimon bought the field from Reuven, right? So he goes back to Reuven and he says, Reuven sold other properties to others. So now Shimon can collect just the principal, like we said before. From, let's say he sold another property to you, then you can collect the principal from him. But whatever he pumped into it, that he can only take from what Reuben has right now in his property. Like we said before. Now, if you're going to say that if when he borrows twice, right? The shibud is a shibud to both of them simultaneously, and you divide it. Then why is Levi, the Balchayv of Reuven, collecting the whole shvach? He should collect half. That's a new piece of karka, right? You got it? It's a new piece. The shvach is a new piece of karka, and Levi and Shimon have a shibud in the same time.
What did we say before? He takes the whole field.
Levi takes away the Balchayv. Levi the Balchayv grabs everything, and Shimon, who bought from Reuven, can only collect from the fields that Reuben sold only the principal, and the shvach he has to go from whatever Reuben has now in his possession. In fact, no matter why, shvach is a new piece of karka. And when was that shibud chal? Simultaneously, Levi, who's the Balchayv, together with Shimon, who bought the field, who pumped in. When he pumped in, so they both had the same. The shibud was chal on both of them at the same time.
Can't take the whole thing.
So the Balchayv shouldn't take it. He should only have to take half, like we paskin. He should only be able to take half, just like we said by Bava, and he promised them both on any new karka that he'll buy. There, the shibud happens simultaneously for both. Here also happened for both simultaneously, so we should say half and half. Stop it.